to give you a technology bingo game. I don't know if you've ever seen one like this. I kind of tried to mix it up a little bit. There is, just for your information, a template online that you can download, and I'll give you the link to that, if you want to create your own bingo games. And it's pretty easy to use. It should be easier, but it took me about 20 minutes to do. I want something that will just say, okay, I'm next. You're welcome. To the one now. Okay, so the idea here is that you're going to get up and around, walk around and talk to each other, maybe tell each other your names, and you're going to then ask I'm going to give you a minute or two to look over this stuff, but you're going to ask the other people in the room to initial any of the blocks that apply to them. So some of them are cute, knows about online dating, or uses a social bookmarking site like Pinterest, you know. So take a look at those and see which ones you do, which ones you don't do. And then we'll take, maybe 5 minutes to walk around. If we need a little more time, we'll do that. And the first person, let's be diplomatic here. How many blocks do we need to win? There is a prize. 3, 5, 4, 5. I don't know. Is there anybody 5 diagonal?
Yeah, I think we're going to do 5.
You want 5 up and down, or diagonal, or across? Is that how many you want in a row? Hey, go for it. It's majority rules. I don't know if that was a majority, but we talked about it. So, all right. Had time enough to take a look and see where you might be able to help somebody out? Okay, all right. Let's get started. It is 11:02. And we'll go to, let's go to about 11:10 unless it looks like everybody's done sooner. Okay? First one, up, everybody up. Walk around. And all the initials. Okay? And nobody's allowed to initial. What should we say? More than once? No more than once. We'll see what's going I know when she said that, I'm going to have this.
Hey, well, I'd rather be done. So let's see, what can you do on Mars?
I photographed somebody. I did.
Yeah. I know what LOL. Was it fun up there?
It was, yeah. We had to do that. So afterwards, then we watched one of the jumblers one outside.
I have a little.
Yeah.
It was real. The whole year was intense.
Still pretty intense. They were both. Yeah. I know. I thought it was over.
How you doing, Jeff?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Oh, and you win! Someone won! We have a winner, but why don't we just continue for a few more minutes? You got what? Oh, you're not allowed to have
Well, we don't have a winner. We don't have a winner.
Yes.
Oh, I did.
Now you play.
You're 5? Did you get 5 different ones? Different people for each one?
So we do have.
Lady King,
How you doing? Good, how are you?
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Smart.
Wait. Your name again is Amy. Amy was the first way. Amy was the first person to get bingo. And so she actually found people who took part in a flash mob. No.
Why did I not find that? Totally impossible.
That's on my bucket list.
At school, we did it for our students at the end of our talent show.
Did you really? Very cool.
I was in one before they even had a name for it.
Really?
My favorite person. We did it on the L in Chicago.
Did you really? Oh, that is just too.
We had one person get on at a stop with a big sunflower, and everybody's kind of looking at them. And then the next stop, we had 3 more people get on the sunflowers. And by the end, we were just like this car full of people with sunflowers refusing to make eye contact. And then we all just went off.
I love it. I love
Really mess with people's heads.
Okay, and we found somebody who belongs to a social network you are not on, knows about online dating. Who's that?
Probably me.
Do you know about it, or have you been successful with it?
I know about it. I was not successful with it.
Okay, would you do it again?
Which is what you know.
Probably not.
All right.
I'm happy now.
Send a greeting via a mobile device. Good. Photobomb someone. Who did that? Did you?
Last night outside the queue.
Did you? You'll have to check out our life-size version of LeBron. He's right over there. And he just can, it's almost set up so that you know how tall he is. He's giant. Well, and for winning our first Icebreaker Bingo, here is a copy of a Twitter handbook for teachers from Powerful Learning Practices. Congratulations. Thank you. You're welcome. Nice job. And good for all you people who did all those weird things. Okay. All right, moving on. We want to talk about blogs, but as Jeff and I talked yesterday, I decided that instead of going the route that I was thinking about and having you all start a blog and learn how to do it and all of that kind of stuff, we'll do that later if you want to. It's not something that you have to do. But what you do have to do is join an educational blog so that you reap the benefits of all of the things that are within that blog and are great learning experiences through webinars and contacts with other people, etc. So I'm going to, first of all, go to a video that talks about what is a blog to start with. And
ideas, experiences, and more, all in one place on the web. You've probably seen them around, but what makes them so great? Well, blogs are easy to use, and with a few clicks, you can share thoughts, opinions, news, anything. Your blog is a staple of who you are, the ultimate expression of you on the web. Your blog's theme is what controls how your blog looks. You can choose a theme and personalize it with your own colors and/or background images to find the look that fits you. It's easy to change themes as well, so you'll always be sure that there's a look and feel out there that fits with your personality and makes it easy for visitors to find what they're looking for. Most blog themes are made up of 4 main sections: the header, the sidebar, the footer, and the body. The header is comprised of your blog's title or logo if you have one, and your main navigation menu. The menu is the way that your guests should be easily able to navigate the content of your site. Menus are a natural part of our web experience and should link readers to the various content and pages found on your blog. Sidebars. Blogs usually have them. This area generally includes widgets and things you want to highlight, such as your favorite links, the popular content on your blog, recent activity, subscription options, and social media tools, just to name a few. The footer rests at the bottom of your blog. This is typically used to display content that doesn't often change, but that you would like your readers to have easy access to, including links to read more about you or a link to a contact page. Lastly, the most important area of your blog is the body, the main content area. Usually, this is the primary reason people have come to your blog. It's where your thoughts and ideas come to life as you share them within the post or page the content lies within. Post? Page? What's the difference? Pages are different from posts. They're normally static, displaying standard content such as an About Me or a contact page. Posts, on the other hand, are all the good stuff, where you publish your thoughts. In a standard blog format, posts get shown on the main page of your blog, usually in an order that places the most recent and relevant information at the very top of the list. These are things like your daily updates or news about your niche topic. When a new story is posted, it appears at the top of your blog for the world to see. This used to be done in journals. Posts are an online version of a journal entry, made public for others to see. Best of all, posts give the option for a comment section as well, so others can add their thoughts to yours, share in a conversation with you, or just provide feedback about your blog. This brings a community element to blogs, making them a popular medium of expression and information sharing. Blogs make it easy to share images, video, and other types of media files, giving you complete freedom of creative expression. And now, with the popularity of mobile phones, your blog can be viewed anytime, from anywhere, in the palm of your hand. Blogs are for everyone, and people of all ages share on blogs every day for school, work, and play. But no matter what you want to do, blogging is a great way to connect with other people and get your ideas out there. So what are you waiting for? Get in on the fun and start blogging today.
And EduBlogs is a very, very good education blog, as it indicates. There's lots of information here that you can look at.
Hi, my name is Tyler Moore, and I am just so excited to be showing you how to make this blog that you're seeing right here.
Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. there are two main blog programs or apps. WordPress would be one, Blogger would be another. Are there any others that you use? How many of you do use blogs? Anybody? Good. And what blog app do you use?
Blogger.
You use Blogger, okay, part of the Google Suite.
We also
Anybody?
use, for the my other one, which is more video blog, we use Squarespace.
Okay, all right, is that
Beautiful.
really?
Beautiful.
Okay, all
Very
right.
visual, much prettier.
Okay, we'll mention that on the survey. Okay, anybody else?
We have a new website for our school, and actually teachers are able to create blogs on that as well.
Cool.
The interface is not pretty, but I mean, it's school.
Utilitarian,
stuff.
yeah.
But I have used KidBlog before,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
actually that, I like that. You know, I use it with high school kids, which is kind of, it's more geared, I think, elementary, but it served its purpose, so.
Okay,
It's
all
kind of
right.
cool to use.
Who else has used?
I use Blogger.
What do you?
Blogger.
Blogger, okay, okay. It's easy, isn't it?
Very easy to, we try to keep all the Google products.
Yes.
A lot of our teachers have used WordPress in the past.
Uh-huh.
So we just moved to the Blogger because we're trying to stay all the same.
Do they? Yeah, okay.
They don't always.
Anyone else? Who uses it in the classroom?
Our district uses WordPress, so.
Do they? Okay, all right, and to maintain their website, and then you contribute to the website?
Right, and each classroom teacher has their own.
Okay, all right. So, anybody use a blog in their classroom for their students to reflect with? And you use Blogger for that? Okay, all right, that's good to know. Anybody else? Oh, yay, newbies. All right, okay. Well, we are actually going to go to EdWeb, which is a blog in and of itself that I'm going to ask you to join as a member. And then we also have our own community that I've established for us to actually log into. But you have to be a member before you can do any blogging with it. This is edweb.net, and you can go to that right now on whatever device you have there in front of you. It has the ability to not only be used on a computer, but also on an iPod or an iPad or an Android or a Nexus, whatever the Nexus is Android, but whatever it is that you brought today. So the address for that is home.edweb.net. Okay. Now I discovered this blog last year when we were actually doing the Connected Educator thing. And it is, again, a very robust, a very deep, a very useful, and a very easy blog to be able to access and to interact with them. As you can see here, it's got a lot of different things that you can do with it. And I tried to log in. I'm going to try it again. Maybe it'll let me now. There we go. Okay, so let me log in and then okay, this is actually my home page, but I'm going to go back to the home page for the whole blog itself. First of all, they have their own blog where people can go and leave comments and initiate thoughts about the things that they're most interested in education. And as you can see, there are some blogs already here that you can actually click into once you're a member and get some information from and then react to that. What I really like is that EdWeb also keeps up with the news and has partners that it broadcasts news about. The thing that I really like about it is there's a lot of opportunity for professional development. And as you can see in the middle column, if you click on free webinars, They always have a current webinar. There was just one yesterday on Padlet. How many of you have used Padlet, Wallwisher as a collaborative tool? We'll be using that. And so there are all kinds of webinars here that as a member you have free access to, and you can tap into at any time and rewatch or watch it live. Digital Citizenship Survival Kit, Putting Manipulatives to Work, Leadership Moving Your School Forward, and it goes on and on and on. So that's one of the things that I really like. Over here at the right-hand side, they have all of the topics that EdWeb actually either has communities about or has webinars about. Lots of good things that you can use to improve your professional development. I'm just going to click on one of them, Emerging Technology. And so here we have, there's an app for that, 50 apps in 60 minutes for 2015. And so that's probably going to be a webinar that may be of interest to some of you. Flipped instruction on a collaborative basis, video instruction, research process. So you can see that really just about anything you want to know about that you might want to do with your kids, there's probably a webinar for that. Okay? The other piece is, that there is new stuff on the blog, and they always highlight that. And then you can also search for anything that you want. There's also a webinar calendar, and I'll just click on that to take you there. In June, it looks like there might be one today on self-directed learners, and you can join the session, and that's how you find out about the webinars and log into them. In July, nothing, pretty smart. And so they've really wrapped up the year pretty much as far as webinars are concerned. They also have an events list. And then I'm going to ask you right now, no wait, let me do this. I want to take you to the section where there are professional learning communities, the PLCs. There is a list of PLCs, and all I did was click on Join Communities. You have to be a member to do this. But there are PLCs on blended learning, mathematics, multimedia stories for learning, everything from A to Y about people talking about the things that you're most interested in. Kind of scroll through there and see, is there anything that might be of interest for you to join a community about? There is, just kind of holler out and let us know. Anything there? Teaching students with autism.
Teaching kids to code.
Teaching kids to code, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so those are the already developed public communities, professional learning communities. I want to go to my homepage, and here I am. So all I had to do was join EdWeb and set up a profile, which I'm going to ask you to do in a minute. And I then have my own homepage on EdWeb, and I have my own URL to refer people to go to my web page and find out things that I'm interested in, find out things that my communities, the communities that I've chosen, and also where I'm tweeting. It's a very organized way of taking a look at me, basically, and my educational stuff. I also have, these are my feeds. If you look up here, the stuff in the middle are my feeds, the things that I have subscribed to and I'm receiving information from people about. I've also got communities, and I have joined a community here, and then I haven't really posted anything because I just got started with this recently. I have a community over here, though, that I've started. If you take a look right here, we have a WR Con Ed 15 community. Now, you don't have access to that just yet. Once I opened that community and got it started, I have to put in your contact information in order to invite you to be a part of that community, which I will do, and you will have that information before the end of the day today. And so during the summer, I will be sending you a message in some format that says, hey, check out our WR Con Ed community and read about what I posted there, and then how about giving us a response, okay? So it'll be very easy for you to do that. If I click on that right now, this is sponsored by Western Reserve Public Media. This is what it's going to look like when you get into that community. And I gave just a real brief description of the community as being a community of connected learners who are working to become connected educators and innovation ambassadors who are going to take things back to their school. Our goal is to organize our digital lives and connect with resources for 21st century skills with the vision of preparing ourselves and our students to work within a more learner-centered classroom that allows them to be college and career ready. Within this community, I have lots of tools that I can create. I've got a blog, I've got discussion forums. Let me go here. I don't have anything in here yet because it's clean just for this class. The blog is going to look like this, and there will be posts in there that you're going to be responding to with full instructions about how to do that. Any webinars that I have archived that I think might be appropriate for you, any assignments that I may be giving you as students, any blog links that are of interest to me, and if I click here, I can add the web address URL for those. So we'll revisit this once I get all of your contact information input from the list that I sent around to you. And probably after lunch, we'll take back a look at this and begin using it. There was one other thing I wanted. I'm going to go back to the EdWeb homepage. And you do that by just clicking on EdWeb. Right now, how many of you have already joined EdWeb now? You're overachievers. Anybody who didn't join EdWeb? Okay, so you're on. Now let me ask you this, I'm forgetting. Did it ask you to use your email address as your joining tool? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, so I'll be safe with being able, and did you use the one that you may have substituted on your page? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, so then once you're a member of the community, of the EdWeb community, then I'll be able to input the information to invite you to the Western Reserve Con Ed 15 website. And that's where we'll do the majority of our work. We are going to look at Schoology later on this afternoon, but that's more of a learning management system. And we'll be using that for a few things, but more of a repository maybe for the agenda, and I may post the links to the Hangouts there and all of those kinds of things. So just to get you introduced to more than one possibility. Okay, any questions now about blogging or about EdWeb or about what's going to happen as we use EdWeb? You look all very comfortable with it. I mean, you know, there's no horror on anybody's faces. So good. So you're good connected educators to start with, right? Okay. Okay then, all right, well then, if you're okay with that, let's go back here and move on then to the next segment, which is taking a look at Twitter for professional development anytime. And Jeff, we're just gonna leave this as a, yeah. Okay. There's a really cool Animoto. And, you know, I like using videos. Do you use videos in your classroom a lot? I do, because they say things so much better than I do. I would love to be able to make videos like they do, but there's only so much time in a day, and I wonder what they do that they're able to be so creative. But this is something that you might be interested in using. Have you ever used Animoto? I think I asked that. A few of you have. Okay, with your kids? Have your kids used it? Great. This was developed by Pernille Rip, I think his name is. Her name is, I should say. And that's not it. Hold on a sec. Let me get to it. And this is why educators should join Twitter. Isn't that pretty? It was really, really pretty. So that's a possibility for being able to use as you think about your final product, about what to do.
Hi, welcome. In this video, we're going to discuss some
Gonna
Twitter
get on
stuff,
your
some
head.
awesome steps for success.
So when as you're thinking about what you want to say about what you've learned and how you became a connected educator, that would be a lovely way to do it. I forgot to pass these out. These are 5 tips for blogging, and I'll just give them to you, and if you take one and pass them on. They're pretty good tips, actually, and they'll give you a little bit more information than I was able to here with the time restraint. Twitter. Okay. I've always had this mind thing about what Twitter is. How many of you use Twitter? Actually use it? And show me the hands of those who don't. Never have, never will. Oh, I will. Yeah. One of you, okay, show me your hands again about, okay, Lance, right?
Yes.
Lance, when you think about Twitter, what does it look like to you in your head?
Looks like a lot of different ideas and information coming into me by just pulling up my account. A lot
Okay,
of resources, a lot of things being shared by people, things that I'm interested in, other things that I'm seeing.
okay, okay, all right. And how do you see that? Oh, somebody else. Who else hasn't used it? Pardon me, have you used it? You have used it. Okay, someone else who hasn't used it. How do you get there? How do you get there?
Well, I have a Twitter account, I just really have not used.
Okay, all
So
right.
you wanna know how I think you get there?
Uh-huh. I
Is
do.
there an app for it?
Is there an app?
I have a Twitter app.
Uh-huh.
I've never used it yet.
Okay. I know.
It's
yeah.
more information that I can't do anything with right now, so.
Okay, all right, that's a good comment.
I think the reason I haven't really, and I know this is awful to say this, but, and I know you guys can completely understand what I'm saying here. I go on Facebook and stuff, and I think I've used Twitter as people getting on there and going, I'm having a really bad day today, or I'm just not feeling good. I'm feeling I'm a bad parent, you know, like they do on Facebook, and I don't want to see tweets like that. I want to see things that would be productive. Does that make sense? I know that sounds awful, but sometimes you see people, and I use Facebook as an example, that it's an attention thing. It's like, it's not, I think it's all about being followed. And that probably is, like I said, I think that's why I never created anything with it, because it's like, I only follow educational stuff. It's like my Twitter community doesn't, nobody that I socialize with do I follow. I don't tweet with my friends, it's completely educational, completely professional. So, like my friends who tweet, talk about Twitter, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't do Facebook either though.
Yeah.
So all my social media is professional based. So when I get on, I actually feel anxiety every time I get on Twitter. So I only get Twitter about twice a week.
Mhm.
Because I get such anxiety because there's so many things coming in there constantly. Like, what did I miss now? Like, oh my gosh, I've been gone for 2 days. And it's so much like just coming in that I've like missed the boat on something. There's 1,000 things that just rolled in. And I'm like, I literally will take notes on what I see on Twitter, or I'm like drawing stuff on, like I'm saving and copying it to my own, or I'm favoring it so I know that it's not mine. I'm like, I feel a bit better because now I know that I can go back to my own account and it's there so I can read it later. So I don't feel that I get like the junk coming in. Although I did just follow Caitlyn Jenner, so I can keep up with that. But I feel like it's that for me that I'll just Twitter. So I'm a little bit afraid of it. I mean, I do tweet,
Okay.
but I'm not sure how I get followers. I want followers.
Okay.
I don't know why I do, but I know because I want to give information. And I'm not quite sure where to put that at or the hashtag mark and the hashtag handle. You know what I mean? Or how to retweet. Those things I haven't got to yet, but
Okay, all right. Yes.
I guess I'm probably I just thought I saw it as like another socialization thing. I never saw it as professional, and I'm like, I don't even use my Facebook that much anymore, so I don't even want to like dive into that.
Right. I think we're moving away from the age of, and tell me if I'm wrong, are we moving away from the age of social media actually being social? Some of us.
I mean, I still use
We
it
as
as
people.
social
I think.
because I have friends in other countries, and I like want that's the way I can contact
I
them.
see.
But other than that, like, I don't really care what my sister is doing every single minute of every single, I mean, I love her. But you know what I mean? I'll pick up and call her on the phone. I don't want to see her life in detail on Facebook. That was
And
just the way that she
interestingly,
did
even with the kids that were in the survey at the Akron Beacon Journal, few of them used Facebook anymore. Very
The
few.
old people come and they all run
that. Our
away.
kids gave us an education
They
one
do,
day
they're like, oh
in
no.
technology class about like all these new things they use instead of Facebook, and we had never even heard of them. It was like Kick and something
Yeah,
else. And we were like,
gone.
what? Are you just making words up?
Yeah.
Because it sounded crazy. Like, we don't use Facebook.
I would
Yeah,
say
it was
Twitter,
a great conversation.
That's right.
I just wanted to share an observation. I had something that happened to a teacher a couple weeks ago, but Twitter, I do like when I'm at a conference.
Yes.
People are saying, hey, this is a good speaker, this is a good workshop. I find it very valuable for that because I can't run around and ask 10,000 people, what's a good thing to go to on this session? We have a teacher who really encourages his students to Twitter, which I'm not a proponent. And I said, well, what if a little flame war erupts, a little argument erupts between the students? He goes, well, I just tell them to mute them. And I said, mute them? How about talk to them face to face and say, you put these words out, you said this, and help them have a dialogue face to face. So I'm very concerned about those types of things being integrated into the curriculum, because the ability to just mute them and some of the regression we're seeing in social skills that have been documented in studies.
But isn't that exactly why we should be teaching it? Because if we're not, they're
Well,
just
that's what I was
gonna go.
telling that teacher. You tell them to mute them. I'm like, really? So
That's
you're
why
teaching,
we
and you're
should
when he's teaching kids that you just say it and run away, when you should not. That's what I'm agreeing. Then they need to go talk to that student and work it out.
Well, and hopefully some of the things that you learn in here as innovation ambassadors will be taken back to the school and giving them alternatives to the things and that are occurring, and helping them understand how better to handle situations that are occurring. One more thing about Twitter. It'll come to me. I'm not sure exactly what I was going to say, but let's go to Twitter, okay? So what we want to do is just simply go to Twitter. Twitter.com, okay? And if you already have an account, you don't have to set one up again, but if you don't have an account, follow along with me as I set up our account for our Connected Educators. So, of course, there's some advertising, fun community conversation, and inspiration about the things you love. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to sign up, and I'm going to put in my full name, and I'm going to use my real name this time. Okay, so you guys go ahead and do exactly the same thing that I'm doing if you don't have an account already. And I'm going to use my email. Somehow phone sounds too personal to me. Does it to you too? I don't like giving my phone number out on my email account. No problem. So I'm going to use my no, I'm not gonna do this.
Our Twitter is blocked at our school. No matter how many times I've argued with our tech director, he will not open it up.
Like I tell them, like, I tweet for professional reasons, and I, belong to a lot of, communities, and, as a technology coach, I want Twitter, or tweet from school, and use Twitter, he won't open it up at all.
What's his rationale?
Well, I have to go off of our network, use my phone.
Right.
It gets very, difficult for me. I'm like, this is really cumbersome, and he won't. His rationale is that once he won't open it up, because what kids will do with Twitter, he thinks that there's, inappropriate things that happen from Twitter. I said, can you just open it up for staff? He refuses. He said that through the filter, it would be too difficult because it would open up other things, other type of blog sites to kids. And this,
Yeah, he's actually right. You can't just open it up for certain people because it goes to reports, basically.
Correct. And he said it would also open up other blog sites too. Like, that's another reason why we have to, like, when the teachers want to use multiple types of blog sites, he gets really, like, that's why we're all on Blogger.
Yeah.
Because he won't open up, like, other types of things. Like, when they say
well, I want to use this one instead. It's like, no. We're using bloggers, part of Google Apps, and that's it. End of story. Everybody uses it. Don't come to me and ask for another version of it because it's all, the way our filter works is everything has a different ending and that causes some havoc. So no Twitter, no nothing. And we have one teacher that tells the kids to tweet with her, and they have to go off of our filter to do it, use their cellular
Which is
data.
much safer for the kids probably, right?
Yeah, well, we had an issue with her this year, so, with some students, and so he's like, case in point, we're done. He's like, that's why we don't use it. So like, I see all this stuff that's really great educationally, and, at the high school level, but that's where we had our problem this year, and so it like sealed the deal on our Twitter.
Mhm.
Well, I guess being
Well,
on the other
then-
side of the fence, doing what he does, I can see his rationale. And it's not that he doesn't want you to do it or does not see the value in it, but you have a whole community to think of. You have the board policy, you have your superintendent, you have parents, and you're adding another layer of those issues that you have to deal with in discipline when you could be teaching. I think a lot of good come from it, but I also think it increases a lot of management issues.
Oh, yeah, we're very large district, so it comes down to.
Which a lot of teachers won't take on those management issues in their class. They'll just let it.
Just like telling, just meet the person rather than confronting them if they say something negative.
Well, then let's look at Twitter as a tool that if it's a problem within your school to either use because it's locked down or because of the way the students are using it, bad things can happen in the bathroom too.
Right,
So-
I had that discussion, I made lots of friends, like I said, I said, well, we should take their pencils away, because I saw somebody wrote something nasty on the bathroom wall, so we better take those away.
each other with a pencil.
Right,
Yeah.
we better take all that
So-
away rather than teach responsible usage.
So let's look at it as the way that we are going to use it ourselves personally for professional development. There are some very astute people out there, Alan November for one, and I'll point out a couple of others who actually are big tweeters. And they are constantly on referring you to places where you can go to find additional information about something that you might be interested in. So I have just input information about the account that we're going to link this to, and I'm going to tailor Twitter based on my recent website visits, and so I'm simply going to sign up. What's your handle again? It's WRConEd 15. WRConEd 15.
That's the hashtag,
Okay.
or that's your handle?
My handle. My handle. Yeah. Let me, and they won't let me out unless I put my phone number in. Oh, you can skip it. Thank you. Okay. I'm glad you're here, Barbara Moore. So tell us about all the stuff you love and we'll help you get it set up. So then you're setting up your profile here, and I'm going to put check marks in the accounts that I really like and that I want information about. I'm mostly going to, let's see here, I like books, so I'm going to put that in. I like travel. And what else is here? Government, social work, business, health. I'm not seeing education. Did you see? No. Okay. So I'm just going to put in a few things here and then continue. Twitter might be a good thing. And then hit continue. There's 6 steps here. So they have given me a bunch of suggestions about some that I would really enjoy being in. For now, I'm basically just going to unselect them all and click into a couple. I love LeBron James, so let's just get LeBron. And ISTE's here, so we want to click into that. And how about USA Today for now? So I'm going to follow 3 and I'm going to continue. Now I can find more and more people as I go along, but this is just to put my profile together. As you can see here, we can upload a photo or take a photo. I'm just going to skip that step for now. Everybody doing okay? Okay. And I can find people I know so I can see what they're sharing. Don't worry, they won't email my contacts without permission. This is where some of you may get in trouble, because if you upload your email list, then that's going to be all the people that you know, and you're going to get feeds from them. If you don't want those, then go ahead and skip this step.
How do you undo those?
How do you what?
Undo them. I mean,
I
like I
have any of them.
follow a bunch of people that I don't want to follow
You can
anymore.
unsubscribe.
I'm not, we're not there right this second, but we'll try in a few minutes. Okay, they're good. Now they set up my Twitter account for me. And again, I have some people that I might enjoy following. Here's Edutopia. How many of you use Edutopia for your PD? Yeah, great website. So I'm going to follow them. And Web 2.0 Classroom, that's a great website. I'm going to follow them. And I think I'll pass on the Cleveland Cavaliers. But now, after I have chosen these people, there's information here about the ISTE conference. I'm starting to get feeds from all of these places, and lots and lots and lots of feeds. Okay?
There's some people that I follow that there's like 4 times a day. I make me very nervous. I'm not doing my part of Twitter. They don't follow me. I'm like, oh my God, they're so good. I can select it on this. You're a 4 times a day.
Barbara, have you ever had an issue with the phone number when you're doing the setup, the phone number is failing?
It won't let me get that part.
Just skip it.
I can't, it doesn't give me a
Oh.
skip. And it more than every phone number I put in on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to go out, right?
Yeah. Every night in the cell.
Look at that. I'll break into here in about 5 minutes, okay? Yeah, I'll help you with that.
What was that called that you paper? I'll tweet it once you get hashtag.
Okay, so, my handle here is at WRConEd15, okay? I've set that up.
I looked you up in the list.
Say what?
I looked you up in the list of Molly, but I can't find you. It's got every farm of more in the world. But
If
you
you look at search.
Oh. Okay, you're actually looking for at WRConEd15, C-O-N-N, Ed 15. That's our group handle, okay? You finding that?
I found it, but now what do I do? Right.
We're not there yet, so just hang on, okay? Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, so now, we have our handle set up for our class. If I click on that, it's going to say choose your first tweet. We got your first tweet ready to go. So, I'm hitting a wall here.
Because that's what someone just put in our sleep. No, and then it says, my son touched this for verification. So I'm like, wow.
Yay, Glenn!
They just make up a number copy.
Well, but how many are verified when it comes in? Let's see. It's bizarre.
Especially when Morgan wins.
It's like removed from the other characters. So I wonder if that is.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see if I do that temporarily.
Sometimes
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's just pause there, okay? Lunch is probably coming in about 5 minutes, and you want your pizza hot and your salad cold. And If you brought anything to drink, great. If not, there is some beverages in the break room. And I'm gonna go get a nice big pitcher of filtered water and bring it over. And go wash your hands, do whatever you need to do. And when you come back, here's what we're going to do. Jeff's gonna be on. We'll come back to Twitter after Jeff does Hangouts. And so grab your pizza, grab your salad, get started eating. And after you've had about 10 minutes to settle in, then Jeff will start hanging out with you while you eat, okay? Okay, all right, so just, let's take